Scorpio, hi. So this is going to be a reading for May 4th through the 10th. And I'll take a look into your recent past, your current energies, and your immediate future. And then I'll close it off with a couple of cards from the universe for you. And these are general readings, so they may not resonate for all of you. If they do, there is an extended. At the end of the video, you can check out the link for that in the description box below if you want. These lights are killing me because it's getting cloudy outside and then it doesn't. And then I need to adjust my lights and then I forget. And then the light on the camera has gone down and then I can't see shit of how it looks. And then I'm just kind of whatever. But I don't think it fucking matters at the end of the day. Because it shouldn't, because it's not my face lit up that needs to matter here. But anyways, the overall energy for the reading, the 10 of Pentacles. Stability, yeah, that does matter, see? That's what matters, stability, your stability. What's up with it? I don't know. Kind of shaky? Shaky? We'll see. In the recent past, the Knight of Wands, the Queen of Pentacles, the 10 of Cups. Super focused on yourself and your needs and your passion and your I see you almost stepping into a period of time there in which you are the only thing that matters. And what you're in the mood to do. If you're in the mood to do this today, you'll do that today. If you're in the mood to do whatever, you'll do whatever. And that makes you happy. And that makes me happy. It's like, okay, that's a cool period of time for you. You're not there anymore because in the current situation, you get the Page of Swords, the Nine of Cups, the Four of Cups. It seems that you still kind of want to bring that back a little bit, in which that period of time, to recreate that a little bit, but it's harder. It's like, yeah, I'm still kind of doing that, but not really because, I'm bummed out about this, that, and the other. So there's stuff that's kind of bringing you down, while you're trying to keep your energy balanced there. In a happy place. In the immediate future, the 10 of Wands, the Lovers, the World card. There's a cycle over a connection that's very, very hard and difficult, this cycle, but it is coming to a close, or it's trying to. Okay. Let's clarify. Let's see what's up. Let me do the 10 of Pentacles. You get the 10 of Wands, the Page of Pentacles, the King of Wands. All right. A little bit of a tough lesson around somebody within your family, or there's something tied up to your stability. And I feel like you're kind of taking it as a tough lesson, that you're learning right now regarding that one energy. That, again, could be somebody that's part of your family, part of your work, part of your stability for sure. So I don't know what that means. That means that maybe somebody's struggling and it affects you somehow. And it's like, oh crap, I don't know. But for the Knight of Wands in the recent past, you get the 8 of Pentacles, the Tower, the Knight of Swords. Yeah, and doing that at that moment in time in which you put yourself first quite a lot and your needs and your, again, you want to do this, you're going to go do that. You want to, whatever. You're going to do it. While doing that, it created some sort of stability for you, some sort of foundation for you, some sort of, I'm balanced. Whatever happens, I'm balanced. I'm good. I'm happy. So when the shit hit the fan there with whatever in your life, you were coming from a place of more balance. You could handle it better because you had that going for you, in the background. So those were the times in which you applied that energy into your life when the shit hit the fan. It's like, okay, now let's see you putting yourself first and, sustaining that energy. And you did. You did. Let's do the Queen of Pentacles. The 5 of Pentacles, the King of Pentacles, the Lovers. Okay, this is that connection here that I see in the immediate future. Same connection applies there with somebody that you kind of view and feel as your equal somehow. But through doing that for yourself, you actually developed a sense of independence. So it's like, okay, this connection is here. I'm part of it. Awesome. Great. But I need to do me too. I need to give something to myself as well. where I feel like I have my own stability. I have my own sense of independence aside from this connection. Like, I'm not taking away from this connection. I'm just kind of creating two separate things that could go well together, you know? And that's what you also built through putting yourself first. Cool. For the 10 of Cups in the recent past, you get the 5 of Swords, the Moon, the 2 of Pentacles, until they all started mix and matching. You know, they all started blending. Like, okay, is your independence a little too independent from the situation? And that's not coming from me. That's probably coming from the situation. It's like, okay, do you think you're doing too many things for yourself there? Like a little too much? That doesn't include me or something. I don't know. I don't know what the fuck happened. But I do see the energies blending to such extent that it created a sense of what the fuck is going on here. You know? Deception. Things kind of up in the air where you don't know exactly what's going on. You don't know what you did wrong. Did you do anything wrong? Did you like what? All I did was put myself first. Is that wrong? No, it's not. It's how it's taken and interpreted and twisted and all sorts of things that could come from that. You know? By potentially somebody else and then by you. Because through the eyes of that somebody else, you're going to believe you're doing something wrong. So the intention was good. The energy was awesome. The end result, the fuck happened? You know? What happened? Let's do the Page of Swords. In the current situation, you get the 9 of Swords, the 7 of Pentacles, the 8 of Cups. Okay. I'm not sure what you're dealing with, if it's the same situation or something else, but it's still close to home, whatever it is you're dealing with. It stresses the hell out of you. You're still kind of working here through it all. You're still kind of putting in effort, still present there. But your energy tied up to it all is way, 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 way low. Like, if you were to be honest with me right now, if I were to ask you, how do you feel about this? You would probably say numb. I don't feel shit. You know, I'm kind of on autopilot. And that's not great. Because over there in the past, as you were kind of putting yourself together and doing something for yourself, you felt fulfilled. You know, right now, for the 9 of Cups in the current situation, you get the 3 of Swords, the 3 of Pentacles, the 4 of Swords. Man, this became hard to deal with, painful, heavy. And at the end of it all, you're kind of still showing me, I'm still here, I'm still trying my best to get myself back, because I don't know where the fuck I went, but I went someplace and it's not here, and I'm struggling. I'm struggling because it's difficult. Why is this partnership taking you on a roller coaster? Isn't it supposed to contribute to that sense of happiness? And, you know, isn't it supposed to applaud you if you put yourself first? And why is it bringing you down, man? And then you're still showing up for it at the end of it, saying, hey, you know, yeah, it's me, I'm in there somewhere. I just, you know, I just need a little break to find myself. We'll take that break. For the 4 of Cups, in the current situation, you get the Emperor, the Page of Cups, the 10 of Pentacles. Why are you being sucked into this? What is this? Why do you feel like it's your job, it's your duty to show up for this? Where somewhere along the way you forgot to show up for yourself, and you were doing it. You started off great. And then somewhere along the way you forgot to show up for yourself because you had to show up for this. You know, you're the one that needs to resolve shit, to show up, to always be there, to make things good or better. Or why? Who gave you that job? Who gave you that responsibility? Or did you, by chance, place it on your shoulders without even knowing that you have? Because this isn't your responsibility solely. I see other energies around. What are they doing? Waiting for you to take care of shit? What's going on here? What's happening? Why is the responsibility over your shoulders strictly? Who put that there? Cosmo did. Cosmo's like, I did. While playing with scrolls. Let me see the 10 of Wands. She still plays hide and seek with me at night when I go to bed. She's like, oh, she's coming. I gotta go hide. And she's hiding under the desk where I can see her. She's such a fucking stinker. She's like, can you see me? Fuck yeah, I'm looking right into your eyes. Well, look somewhere else. Maybe you can't see. Oh my god, it's such a fucking game for her. For the 10 of Wands in the immediate future, you get the Chariot, the 8 of Swords, the 7 of Cups. I see you trying to come to the surface a little bit, you know, above there. Like all of this, think of it as water, because you're a water sign. Like all of the water is kind of muddy and murky and ew. And I see you trying to rise above to come to the surface a little bit. Swim towards the surface and be like, let's see what we can work with up here, you know? But the water keeps on pulling you down. What is this? I don't like this for you. Because I feel like you've been sucked into something. And it's not that, you know, it's not one of those, yeah, let's point fingers, they dragged me in there. No, you went willingly without knowing that you are. It was your choice to jump into this game, right? Ultimately. So it's not about placing blame or anything like that. It's like, I feel like you've been sucked into something and you're starting to try at least to make your way out of it by, again, coming back to yourself because you've been there. You've been there at some point. So you know what that feels like. So why does this have such a heavy pull on you that you can't get back there? Because that's what you're doing here. You're trying to kind of check what you can work with, you know, to kind of come out of this heaviness. And it does involve at least another person, if not more. That's supposed to be the closest to you, right? The one that is not supposed to fucking drag you under. If anything, they should be up above and pull you like, what the... For the lovers in the immediate future, you get the High Priestess, the 6 of Cups, the Justice card. I feel like you've tried. You've tried and you believe that this is it. This is, you know, that connection that's gonna, yeah, we're gonna do great things together and we're gonna... And it still has that energy attached to it. So I'm not sure if that's still your hope or if this is you realizing that that's what you believed initially. But then maybe it turned into something else. And, you know, I'm waiting for that realization as well. I don't see it. So I'm going to take this as I think you're still hoping that this is it. You know, that you weren't wrong initially. And I don't think you were wrong. I think it really had that potential. I think it carried that potential. But then things change. Things turn. So it's not about being wrong. Because at some point, people just stay in something just to not own up to the fact that maybe they were wrong, which ultimately they weren't even wrong, you know, or that they failed at something. No, I don't think anybody failed here. For the World card in the immediate future, you get the World card again, the Devil, the Hangman. The cycle that wants to end, and I think it will, is the one in which you start acting, you start doing, because you're starting to become comfortable here underwater. Basically, which normally you would, but no, not in this kind of water. So this is not healthy for you. The fact that you're not making any kind of movement, making any kind of choice. Yeah, you peak. Yeah, you come to the surface and you're like, what's out there? Oh, nothing. Let me go back. You know, this is starting to become comfortable and you're starting to normalize it. And this is not good energy because you're showing me the Devil here. So that's you acknowledging that this is unhealthy, but you're still doing this. You're still allowing yourself to be dragged underwater here, you know? So that's the cycle that wants to come to an end. You staying here Feeling comfortable, being like, from time to time coming out, checking your surroundings, nothing's out there, let me go back. No. It's time for the stagnation to stop, because that's what's creating and perpetuating something unhealthy here for you. So again, remember how you started? Putting yourself first, doing things because they felt good to you. That's what you're trying to get back to, but it feels like this is so heavy that's pulling you back that I can almost hear you saying, I can't. Yes, you can. You won't, because that's the energy here. You won't. But the can part, yes, you can. Let me see what the universe has for you as a final advice. The Hierophant, the Six of Swords, the King of Swords. The universe says, look, if it feels like mission impossible, that you can't get out of this situation or you can't bring yourself in a different place than you are, try to take a little bit of break. And try to take a little bit of a break from all of this. You can, right? You can remove yourself from this whole experience for a little while. That is just going to give you another perspective over it. It's going to give you a different angle. Because right now you're in the middle of it. You can't see anything but this. But once you remove yourself from the situation a little bit, it might give you a different perspective. So try to do that. And I feel like that's exactly what you're trying to do. So yeah. Anyways, that's what I have for you. Hope this helped. And I'll see you next time. Bye.